Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, June 7th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. Do keep in mind this is general for the day for all 12 signs, so just take what resonates. But as well, I want to thank you in advance for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing to this lovely channel if you haven't done so already. Now, we're going to start by pulling one oracle for each quarter from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck, and then we'll further clarify with the Gilded Tarot. My apologies as well for not coming out with the last 2 days for the dailies. Just really was exhausted and didn't have much time before my serving job. But let's do some shuffling for this upcoming Tuesday for my beautiful souls for Tuesday. Okay. The first 2 quarters. Beautiful. Bear with me as I push this over. And the last one right from the top of the deck. Okay. So we're beginning the day and the spread with healing. All right, healing. It feels like from what you've been dealing with recently, it could be something that bothered you quite heavily in the past days or just recently in general. But I do feel like there's a focus on focus, an underlying focus on focus, I should say. What you're putting your mind and resources towards, feeling focused on producing, developing, or just moving towards the completion of a specific goal. I feel like you're going to be reminded that you have a magical touch throughout this day, okay? But for whatever reason, we each individually begin this Tuesday feeling as if we need to heal. You could find that you're healing through your work, through what you're producing, developing, or just what you're wrapping oneself up in throughout the first quarter. But you could also find that you are healing others all the meanwhile. And for some, that's not super surprising, but for others, it may be. For this bear spirit, for healing, we have the Knight of Wands. It feels like in a sort of a bit of a guarded way, we're charging towards what we need to accomplish throughout this Tuesday, feeling quite passionate. But I feel like you could be thinking about how you need to sort of compose oneself, heal, and just mentally prepare for certain annoyances moving forward, maybe with a specific person or a specific situation or both, so that you don't erupt or just, they're saying, lose your cool. So obviously, whatever that frustration or expected frustration is for you within your life, it's on your mind throughout this first quarter, and you're being reminded that it's going to be harder to heal from what you're dealing with or what you've dealt with if you are constantly thinking about it. Some it's easier said than done, given spirit maybe just thinking for you when it comes to reminding you of that situation. But I do feel like underneath it all, there's a highlight on a situation that's leaving you feeling a bit trapped, a bit limited. Or I feel as if in the midst of healing, although things may not be perfect where you're physically at or what you're wrapped up with, you're being reminded that you are protected, okay? Let's move on to the second quarter where we have trust. I just heard trust your guides, trust your heart, okay? I do feel as if you're pushed to recognize that where your heart is leading you at this time is where you're meant to be. I feel like it's a big goal in mind, a big change, as we have the King of Cups coming out to clarify it, talking about how you're feeling quite confident in what you desire, what you want to attract, but I feel as if you need to put your feet on the ground and ground oneself in regards to all you're accomplishing. Okay, you could be feeling a bit emotional, being pushed to just ride the waves and trust your, where once again your heart is leading you. I do feel like you could be dealing with certain annoyances, background noise. I need to use methods like crystals and whatnot to help oneself out. Bear with any background noises. I did have to just close the window due to what's happening outside. But I do feel like that was purposeful for the reading, reminding you why you want to move towards a change in the future, to trust that you have what it takes and that the resources will be building within your situation in order to move towards what you need to. But I feel as if a lot of us are feeling a bit emotional right now due to certain frustrations in our life, and at this point in the day, it's just highlighted that you're also just very tired, okay? You know, when you get tired and you feel just a bit emotional. But we're moving on to the second half of the day in the third quarter, where we have love, okay? Love. I'm hearing self-love. I do feel like being aligned with the healing card, it's this point in the day where you're granted a true opportunity, regardless of where you're at physically or what you have to still accomplish, to implement a bit of self-care, self-love, okay? To treat oneself, they're saying, with the utmost respect, to continue that healing process, as it is simply a day of healing and making progress in certain ways, even if others can't see that firsthand. But we have the Page of Swords, and I feel like in the midst of that, you're learning more about your future, what you desire. I feel like you could be learning more about why certain annoyances have been getting to you more than you would expect, okay? As they're drawing me to a dragonfly, they're saying you're transforming. And I do feel like you could also learn more about the future of your romantic love life, but that's not for everybody, okay? I do sense that with another page, it's just about pushing oneself to heal through self-love, self-care. Routines are one specific one, so that you can move forward and keep that passion alive, or bring it on back, to keep that motivation quite present in regards to a passionate fresh start, okay? You could find that someone in your midst is a bit anxious, and it reiterates why you need to take care of yourself, okay? But we're moving on to the last quarter of the day, where we have gratitude. Gratitude. Stay grateful for all that you have is what I'm hearing, as I do feel like in the midst of certain frustrations, difficulties, it's a day like this where not only you're pushed to heal and do what you have to do, right, to prepare for the upcoming days in the week and moving forward, but I do feel like as well you're being pushed to keep a level of perspective quite present within your situation, right? Keep that perspective on all that you should be grateful for at this time, the money that is coming in, the resources that you do have at hand, the roof over your head, stuff of that nature. You know what I mean? It's going to obviously differ from case to case, but I do feel like with the Four of Wands coming out to further clarify this gratitude card, being grateful for the fact that things are falling into place, some of you being pushed to stay grateful or be more so grateful for the people that care about you the most. Obviously, could definitely be family, as we have this family imagery. They're saying upcoming change as well for some. I do feel like, interesting that we have dragonflies here. Okay. I do feel as if there's a highlight on the fact that you need to be also grateful for your individual transformation. Even if it hasn't been completely easy, they're saying it's not meant to be, okay? It's not meant to be. As this is a day where you're not meant to force it, as the healing will feel quite natural and meant to be. Necessary is what's coming through, all right? And to allow for oneself to expect the best moving forward, especially with whatever has been slightly more annoying than expected, or expected for some. But either way, it's a day of healing once again, where you need to trust what you're meant to move forward towards, and for all that's coming in and within your life in general. As I do feel like you'll finish up the day feeling a little bit later than you began the day, okay, which is very much meant to be, all right? So do remember to embrace new connections as well moving forward, and just do what you got to do to feel fresher to begin the following day. All right. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.